Time to snap the skid here in the Steel City. It's Game 3 of 4 at PNC Park as the Chicago Cubs take on the Pittsburgh Pirates. Welcome everybody here on Marquee Sports Network. I'm Alex Cohen, and Jim Deshaies, Elise Menaker will join us shortly. Do not worry. Cubs have lost 10 consecutive games, unfortunately. It was all capped off by a 12-1 loss yesterday against the Pittsburgh Pirates. The Cubs have struggled, and for more on those struggles, let's send it down to Elise Menaker. Elise.
Yeah, Alex, and the question to Craig Counsell night after night is really, what's going on with this offense? Like last night asked, are they pressing? He goes, look, I don't know if they're pressing, but I do know these are big league at-bats. You want at-bats with guys on. They can make a difference in the game. They can flip the course of a game, so it is time to deliver. It was a frustrated Craig Counsell and players last night, so take a listen more from the clubhouse.
Yeah, look, I mean, someone's just got to step up and get hits in those spots. I mean, there's not much more to say than that. You know, you got to conduct a big league at bat. It's the at bats you want. Those are the at bats you want to have during the course of a game. And you got to deliver. That's the name of the game. You know, we're kind of having the same inning over and over again. And it's about delivering in those situations. And until we do, we're going to be talking about the same thing.
You know, every single one of us has had moments or games within the stretch that we feel like individually could have really made a difference. And at a certain point, just need to step up and make plays and win moments. And it's more than any one stat. It's winning big moments that shift games and series. And, you know, our group is more than capable of that. But at a certain point, you know, this is a production league, and you have to do it.
Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result is definition of insanity. So if you keep getting beat the same way without changing anything, it's on you. So you got to fix. We got to fix where the holes are in our game, and we all need to look in the mirror and figure that out.
Alex, then Bregman looked me straight in the face, said the message, change something. Somebody do it. So the consistency here is it's time to get the job done.
Appreciate that, Elise. All right, now it's time for a little positivity. First of all, JD's back. Hi, JD. Welcome back. And
Thank you,
JD, Cubs have an opportunity to snap the skid today by sending Jameson Taillon to the mound.
Yeah, it's been a rough go for J-Mo here of late. The big issue, of course, the home run ball. A couple starts ago against the White Sox, he gave up 5 home runs. This season, a 5.20 ERA now, 55 1/3 innings. So keep the ball in the ballpark. This is a big yard. Hopefully that should serve him well. Obviously, it's a homecoming for J-Mo back here in Pittsburgh, where it all started for him, and he's up against Bubba Chandler of the Pittsburgh Pirates. It's the hard-thrown right-hander. This guy's average fastball last time out was better than 99 miles per hour. We saw him at Wrigley back on April 12th. He went 5 1/3, allowed 3 runs on 5 hits. Patience could be the buzzword here today. He's got a lot of walks.
All right, Jameson Taillon against Bubba Chandler. Starting pitching matchup. Cubs fans still in attendance, looking to snap the skid at PNC Park. JD's Keys coming up next. Look at the Roberto Clemente Bridge as we get set to start Game 3 of a 4-game set at PNC Park in Pittsburgh. Here it's Alex Cohen and Jim Deshaies, and it's time for JD's Keys. And it's brought to you by your local Hyundai dealer. JD.
Yeah, one of the big challenges for J-Mo going forward is you got to keep the ball in the ballpark. He's allowed a major league high 17 home runs this year. Step on the gas. You got to be ready to hit the fastball against Bubba Chandler. Averages right around 99 miles per hour. And it's Brandon Lau, as in wow, not low. And wow is right for Brandon. He's been red hot. He's been the Pirates' best offensive player. He has 2 hits in each of the first 2 games of this series, and his .617 slugging percentage against right-handed pitching is 3rd best in Major League Baseball.
All right, Cubs trying to get off the schneid tonight. Top 3 in the order. Pete Crow Armstrong will lead off again, followed by Nico Horner, and then Michael Busch. First pitch coming up next. Network is brought to you by the Bob Lacurcio Auto Group. You're going to like buying a car this way. by Circa Sports, and by your local Hyundai dealer. Find the dealer nearest you at buyhyundai.com. About to get things started here at PNC Park. Alex Go and Jim DeShays up in the booth. Jamison Tyone, your slated starting pitcher. And for more on Jamo, let's send it down to Elise Smedeker. Elise.
Alex, it was a couple of days ago that Jamison Tyone achieved 10 years of service time in Major League Baseball. Always a huge accomplishment. And very full circle is the word that he used when I talked to him, because he's pitching today and achieved this at the team where he made his debut and drafted him. So we're going back to June 8, 2016. It's here at PNC Park against the Mets. Pirates drafted him first round in 2010. And so Jamo said, you know, you don't always reflect, but this was a time of reflection. Even just walking into this park, seeing some of the same workers was kind of, you know, he said just crazy for him. But more than anything, guys, he wanted to make a point to me because we were finishing up our conversation. He goes, look, I don't want to sound like the old grumpy guy here, but he did want to say coming up, something that was really stressed to him was longevity in this league. So coaches, coordinators, teammates, he mentioned Garrett Cole, they were always stressing the process, stay healthy, be available, and just be around in this game. And so someone who comes into the league, you know, Jamo throwing 98, not the case anymore. He has reinvented himself. He has beat cancer. He has been through 2 Tommy Johns. He's had hernia surgery. This is someone who had to really hone in on the process, develop a steady routine, and this is where it's gotten him. So what a good reminder from a player who has been through so much and accomplished so much.
Appreciate that, Elise. Good notes on Jamison Tyone. Gets the start today. And it's time for the Cubs lineup. 1, 2, 3 in the order. Pete Crow Armstrong leading off, followed by Nico Horner, and then Michael Busch hitting third. Middle of the order, Alex Bregman hitting out of the cleanup spot. Back-to-back multi-hit games. Ian Happ hitting fifth, and then Seiya Suzuki hit sixth. And bottom third of the Cubs order, Moises Ballesteros hit seventh. Carson Kelly had 2 hits yesterday. He catches, and it's eighth. And then batting ninth, it's the shortstop, Dansby Swanson.
It's a Roy Rubin, Bubba Chandler for the Pirates here tonight. He brings the cheese. Indeed, he does. 4-seamer averaging just about 99 miles per hour. He does have issues with command. He's walked quite a few, and the Pirates are 2-8 in his 10 starts this year.
So Bubba Chandler on the mound in his last start against Toronto. It was a no decision. 5 innings, 2 hits, 3 runs. He did walk 3, but he struck out a career high 11.
I mean, you got to be ready to hit the fastball, obviously, against a guy that throws this hard, and he'll throw that pitch a bunch. You like it a cheese? These guys bring it a cheese. The juice. Mizorowski and Chandler 1-2 for starters. Minimum of 100 pitches thrown this year. You see Chase Burns also on that list. So the NL Central, there's some flamethrowers in this division.
We saw Braxton Ashcraft yesterday. He's just under that threshold when it comes to velocity. See Paul Skeens tomorrow. Throws slow in comparison to them. His average fastball velocity just over 97.
Yeah, he didn't even make it on the front page of the leaderboard there, Mr. Skeens. Bubba Chandler, 16% walk rate, is the highest in Major League Baseball among those who have pitched at least 40 innings this year. So that certainly could be part of the formula for the Cubs here tonight. Work a couple of walks.
First pitch to Pete Crow Armstrong. Popped up.
No issue, no thought of working a walk there. He was ready to ambush.
The foul ball, count 0-1, and we are underway here in Pittsburgh. Pete yesterday 1 for 3, a couple hard hit balls in game 1. Roll 1 from Bubba. Nice take at 98.
Chandler, 23 years old. He was drafted by the Pirates 3rd round 2021 out of high school in Georgia.
He fouls it back at the screen.
He had a scholarship to play baseball and football at Clemson before opting to start his professional career. $3 million will help you make that decision. That's what his signing bonus was.
That's pretty convincing. Fouls it back at the screen.
You know, an outstanding athlete. He started his career. He was a two-way player. After a couple of years of that, he gave up the hitting. Strictly pitching now. He was a shortstop in high school.
Just a bit outside.
Good eye, good eye. Good take. Tried to throw a little sweeper here. Squirted out of his hand.
Two by Chandler. Pop up behind home plate. Andy Rodriguez runs out of room. Do it again. Bubba Chandler started against the Cubs on April 12th. Gave up 3 runs, 5 1/3 innings, walked 4, struck out 6, gave up a pair of home runs to Moises Ballesteros and Dansby Swanson, who are both in the lineup tonight. Chandler fires. Hit the right field, turning towards the line, and it's a foul ball.
Well, sure looked good off the bat. It's easy double, possible triple if that thing's fair for PCA, but unfortunately that is not the case. Chandler, he's only pitched beyond the 5th inning a couple of times this year, so in all likelihood it'll be a 5 and fly situation.
With 5 1/3 against the Cubs, 5 against Toronto, his only win came back on April 17th against Tampa, where he went 6 innings. Eighth pitch of the at bat coming up. A 9 pitch at bat at least.
Good work by PCA here, even if he makes an out. He's forced Chandler to pay a little bit of a price with all these pitches. Take a bite out of them. Good take. It's the changeup at 91, pulled it a little bit. It's the secondary pitch that he'll use the most. Also has the slider, curveball that he rarely throws.
10th pitch of the at bat. 3-2. Great at bat by Pete Crow Armstrong. A leadoff walk in the first.
Yeah, there's that highest walk rate in MLB, a minimum of 40 innings pitched. Chandler, I guess you would say, leads the way. Something you really want to lead in.
It's a dubious honor.
And despite having that big arm, his strikeout rate is just around league average.
And if not for his last start, it would be below average.
And, you know, and obviously he's a real good athlete. He's got that big arm, and the bet is that he'll figure it out. And if he does, the Pirates will have yet another frontline starter on their hands.
Hold on to Nico. A called strike. The real question is for the Pirates, what role will he figure it out in 2026? They have a starter coming back in Jared Jones. What happens to Bubba Chandler or somebody else?
Real soon, yeah, they might opt to move Chandler to the bullpen. As Carmen Majinski would be the other option.
It's a good problem to have.
Or maybe they go with the 6-man rotation for a little while and
do that.
Keep everybody healthy and limit the workload. That's their problem. Cubs' problem is just trying to win a game.
Pete dives in safely.
The willingness to take the walk, that's been part of the story for PCA here in recent weeks.
Just drew walk number 21 this year. Nico hits it up the middle. It's a single for Nico Horner. PCA to second, and the Cubs first and second. Nobody out here in the first.
Well, here we go again. Cubs with an early opportunity with a couple of men on base. Wow, kind of a late reaction on that one. I don't know if he was screened a little bit by the umpire. He wasn't going to be able to make a play on anybody even if he knocked that ball down. One thing you have to be mindful here in this ballpark, big outfield. Sometimes the outfielders have to travel a few extra steps to run a ball down, so go ahead and push on the bases, especially with Cruz out there in center field. I think you put a little pressure on him, the chance he's going to muff it.
Committed an error yesterday. Bush with a single yesterday, homered in game 1. He's been the best hitter over the last 6 weeks. Takes that inside.
Chandler giving himself a little pep talk out there. Clearly frustrated with his inability to locate.
That'll bring a meeting at the mound. Cubs an opportunity here. Top half of the first inning, and we will send it down to Elise Menaker. Elise.
Not a surprise, I guess, when we're in Pittsburgh, but I did just want to point out that it's starting to sprinkle here a little bit. It's been raining, so I don't necessarily think that's an excuse for any control for Bubba Chandler, but just something to note that can happen here.
Do you have your umbrella?
I have my rain jacket on. Yeah.
That makes one of us.
Well, you guys are fine.
I mean, I don't own a rain jacket anyways.
Oh, well, that's a problem.
It is a problem.
Yeah, there was some rain in the forecast for this evening, but nothing significant. I think we're going to be okay.
There's Elise. Styling.
See? You like it?
Sure.
Oh, whoa. Okay.
Wow. Not the feedback you're looking for there, Elise.
Oh, I wasn't expecting that.
It's a very nice jacket, Elise. Michael Busch challenge.
Yeah.
The previous pitch was called a strike. The batter has challenged.
ABS is powered by T-Mobile.
The pitch was a ball. The count is 3-1.
JD,
Chicago
when you
has
challenge in the
remaining
first
challenges.
inning, better get it right. And he did.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's obviously in a leverage situation, it makes more sense. You got a couple of guys on, you got a pitcher who's struggling with his command.
Ball 4.
Well,
The previous pitch was called a ball. The pitcher has challenged.
well, the pitcher is frustrated, so he challenged on pretty much the same pitch that was just ruled a ball.
The pitch was a ball.
Wow.
That is ball 4. Pittsburgh has one remaining challenge.
If I'm Don Kelly, the manager of the Pirates, I'm not so sure I'm happy with my pitcher who has the highest walk rate in baseball challenging. I understand the frustration for Chandler. But here we go. Big opportunity for the Cubs.
Base is loaded, nobody out. Bregman takes a strike. Seen Alex attack first pitches more recently. Get in there. Chandler walking 2 out of the first 3 hitters. Bregman swings and misses. Chandler delivers. It's taken outside. Bregman 2 hits in game 1, 2 hits yesterday. Chandler fires. Non-competitive 1-2 pitch. Chandler steps off the mound. 23 pitches, no outs recorded. 2-2. Got a piece. Rodriguez holds on. Strike 3.
Well, he dialed it up to 100 miles per hour. A little bit above the zone, but Bregman's always been a good high fastball hitter. He just got beat by triple digits.
Ian Happ up with the bases loaded. Fouls that one out of play.
Trying to diagnose the Cubs' problems over this long losing streak. On base good. A lot of opportunities, a lot of base runners. It's just the inability to deliver with runners in scoring position has been their problem. The theory is, and it usually bears out from year to year, that over time that's going to start to neutralize a little bit, but it's been no fun to watch it go down. That .223 batting average with runners in scoring position, 28th in Major League Baseball.
0-2 from Chandler.
Rodriguez like a jack-in-the-box springing up to catch that high fastball. Tough to lock in as a hitter when a guy spraying it around the way Chandler is.
He tries to be effectively wild here. Bases loaded. 2 strikes against Ian Happ with 1 out. Happ in the air, left side, fouling out of play.
Yeah, this is where the real mental challenge comes when you're going through something like the way the Cubs are. Now you've got a bases loaded situation. The guy in front of you strikes out. You've got 2 strikes. How do you not go to a negative place, right? How do you fight that mentality of like, here we go again? And that's obviously what it's expected of you as a big leaguer. You have to be able to turn the page. That's a good take right there. That's a nasty slider.
Ian put the Cubs on the board yesterday with an RBI double to center. Opportunity here. 2-2 pitch. Hit to right center field. It's a base hit for Ian Happ. Pete Crow Armstrong scores. Same with Nico Horner. Michael Busch to third, and Ian Happ 2-run single here in the first. It is 2-0 Cubs.
Yeah, that'll lift spirits in that visiting dugout. Like he was trying to throw a 2-seamer away, left it out over the heart of the plate. Good smooth pass at it by Ian.
Big knock, Ian Happ. Zaya takes that inside. The Pirates, when scoring first, they're 26-11. Cubs first time scoring first since May 17th against the White Sox. When the Pirates don't score first, they're 3-15. Zaya hits that to short. Connor Griffin flips to second for one. First, it's a double play. But Ian Happ, 2-run single with the bases loaded, gives the Cubs a 2-0 lead here in Pittsburgh.
The place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Ian Happ with a 2-run single. Cubs lead 2-0, bottom 1 here at PNC Park. Time for the Pirates lineup, and it's brought to you by Ford. Horwitz, Lau, Reynolds 1-2-3, Gonzalez, Cruz, Griffin 4-5-6, Ozuna, Rodriguez, and Valdez 7-8-9. So Jameson Taillon making his 47th career start at PNC Park. First pitch to Spencer Horwitz is a strike.
Yeah, he was originally signed by the Pirates in 2010, the 2nd overall pick in the draft that year. He was a Pirate from 16 through 19. Lefties have been a bit of a problem for him this year.
Pop up towards short. Swanson, 1 away.
Breaking stuff has been good. League bats .244 against J-Mo. Walk rate is up a little bit, but he's a guy that throughout his career has been able to limit the walks.
Brandon Lau takes a breaking ball for a strike. Opponents against his sweeper hitting just 146. Brandon Lau's had some success against Jameson Taillon, hit 2 home runs against him back on April 12th. Swing and a miss.
There's a change up there from JMO, and Lau way out in front.
There's a sweeper usage. 51% chase rate. Lau holds up. Lau against righties this year, that OPS at 1,000 on the nose. Hit in the air, left side. Twists foul and into the seats.
Pirates finished dead last in Major League Baseball in runs scored last year. They're 6th in MLB in runs per game this year, and Lau's a big reason why.
Chopper down the first base line. It's a foul ball. Brandon Lau, 2 hits in game 1, 2 hits in game 2. Overall this season against the Cubs, 6 for 16. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tyone kicks, delivers. Out back at the screen.
Bounce a breaking ball here.
You're good, JD.
I was watching Carson.
Jamison Tyone strikes out Brandon Lau.
Watch Carson. He didn't catch it, but he called the pitch and then he pointed down. Like, don't leave it up. Don't spin it in the zone to this guy. You got the jump on him, throw him that chase sweeper. And we talked about how effective that sweeper is, and you could justifiably ask him, well, why doesn't he throw it a whole bunch more? Because it's the way pitches work in concert, the way they work together, that makes a pitch effective. Now, you know, it may come to a point where he does decide to throw that more, or his curveball, and that would be, you know, an interesting experiment of sorts.
Development.
Just to kind of change the pitch mix.
Reynolds to right. Seiya Suzuki back at the warning track. He jumps. He can't make the catch. It hits off the wall. Reynolds trots to second. It's his 3rd double in the last 2 games and a 2-out base runner for the Pirates.
So maybe a little shaken up after running into the wall out there. I think he didn't realize quite where he was on the warning track. He probably could have gone 1 more step before elevating. Yeah, he immediately goes to the back. Got leather on it.
Remember, Seiya got hit by a pitch yesterday in the funny bone. And then goes back on the wall. Hope he's okay. Well, no to Nick Gonzalez. Well, it's roller to third. Bregman picks it up, throws to first, gets Gonzalez. And Jamison Tyone strands a 2-out double on the base pass. 2-0 Cubs lead.
He makes sleep easy.
Top 2 here in Pittsburgh. 2-0 Cubs lead. 2-run single by Ian Happ in the first, and here in the second, Moises Ballesteros leads things off. Bubba Chandler threw 32 pitches in the first inning.
Yeah, I said, you know, likely they're hoping to get him through 5 here tonight. If this keeps up, he won't get through 4. Challenge for the Cub hitters: keep the pressure on. Make sure you force him in the zone. Don't start expanding.
Ballesteros slices it foul left side.
Moises Ballesteros has hit 6 home runs here in his rookie season. One of them came off Chandler back at Wrigley. Kind of fastball down and drove it to center field. Been a whole a lot of slug from Mo here for a good while now.
1-2. But upstairs.
I mean, easy to say don't swing at that one. And again, it's 98 miles per hour. You've got a split second to make up your mind. But that's the challenge. You've got to make sure he gets that ball down. And boy, that big leg kick and all that movement. I don't know if he's going to be able to catch up to a fastball. Certainly not up there.
Kelly tips that foul. It's been very productive this season. Getting an even 300. One of the better hitting catchers in baseball. Consistent, gets on base. Line foul out of play. He's been really productive with the Cubs. 152 career games over the last year and change. When you look as a backstop, JD, there's some good offensive numbers.
Absolutely.
19 homers, yeah.
Yeah, rock solid. Really good stuff. I like his work behind the plate. The pitchers really enjoy working with him. When Carson first came up with the Cardinals, he was, behind Yadier Molina, and he didn't get that many chances, but he was a hotshot prospect back then. He had his best year in 2019 with Arizona. But pretty much everybody had their best year in 2019 with the juiced ball. He had 18 home runs that year.
Bubba Chandler tries to barehand it now. Connor Griffin bare hands over to first, not in time.
Well, I think Bubba Chandler had three options here.
What were they?
Glove the ball, let the ball go, or bare hand the ball. And I think he picked the worst of the three. I think he could have reached down and got that with his glove. And I think if he leaves it alone, might make a play for him. But in the moment, you do what you think you got to do.
So some people would say he chose poorly. So Moises Ballesteros hit a home run against Bubba Chandler at Wrigley. So did Dansby Swanson. Dansby to right. Lashes a single.
Oh, here we go. More traffic for the Cubs now in the second. Dansby, we talked about trying to be quick to the baseball. You see how quiet the lower body is here. Gets that foot down early. And just shoots that the other way.
Carson at second. Dansby at first. Pete Crow Armstrong drew a 10-pitch walk in his first at bat.
Set the tone. It really did. Made Chandler work really hard. You could see his body language. He was getting frustrated. Couldn't put Pete away.
Just tipped it. Nothing Cubs lead. A two-run bases loaded single by Ian Happ. Pop up shallow left.
I don't think he's very happy.
Reynolds makes the catch. 2 outs. Nico single and a run scored in the first. Also had a single late in yesterday's game. Called strike at 99.
Man, that is firm.
Chris, that is a loud sound off the catcher's.
Yeah, in a quiet ballpark. There's not many folks here tonight with each successive game of this series. It feels like there's fewer people in the ballpark. Family and friends here tomorrow night, I'm guessing.
Nico, shallow right field, and it's a base hit from Nico Horner. Carson Kelly rounds third and scores. And a big hit with runners in scoring position from Nico Horner. RBI single. It's 3-0 Cubs.
Well, sometimes you need a little ball in play luck too, right? Carson Kelly reaches on a roller to the mound. And now Nico with a little flare to right. And that's his special skill set, is just putting the ball in play.
Fouls it back out of play. So the Cubs, who scored 1 run in game 1, 1 run in game 2.
Well, they had scored 2 or fewer in 6 of their last 7 games. Nice to see the crooked number go up early here.
A 1.
Chandler wants to challenge this one. This is interesting. See if we watch Chandler here. Yeah, he starts to go to his hat as if he's trying to tell Rodriguez, let's challenge this one. And Rodriguez basically shook him off.
They call that pump fake. But remember, Chandler already challenged one. That's something you don't normally see. One, pitcher's challenge.
Yeah.
Pitcher's challenge early.
Yeah, we don't see pitcher's challenge very much at all. But I think his challenges, or certainly contemplating a second challenge, born out of frustration here. I had the Guardians game on at the hotel earlier today.
Yep.
And they used the challenge in the top of the first and the challenge in the bottom of the first, and they were wrong on both counts.
The Guardians
were done, yeah. Yeah, and then I didn't see the first one. The second one was like nobody on base. You know, it wasn't even a critical situation.
Bush swings and misses, strike 3. Cubs get another on a 2-out RBI single. Nico Horner. It is 3-0 Cubbies. 3-2 Cubs lead. This will be 3-0 Cubs lead in the second. Jamison Tyone after a scoreless bottom half of the first. Neil Cruz up to start things off. Time now for the advanced metrics powered by Nissan. Shop NissanUSA.com. Highest average bat speed this season. O'Neal Cruz 78.5 miles per hour. MLB average 72. It's a good list.
Yeah, well, Caminero, Walker having great years. Nick Kurtz, his on base streak finally ended.
Cruz to deep right field. Suzuki back. He jumps at the wall, makes the catch. Nice play by Seiya, who banged into the wall in the first. Makes a grab for the first out here in the second.
Well, he said one of the challenges for Jamo here was to keep the ball in the ballpark tonight, and 2 occasions the Pirates have taken a shot at it. First one run for a double. This time Seiya has it measured, hauls it in. Little love tap to the wall. Hello, wall. That's a cool shot.
One to Connor Griffin. Sky left field, shallow. In half. Makes the catch.
You know, we don't just give you one bit of information. We're going to give you a little context, because that's what we do here. This season, by bat speed, it was a plus swing 75 miles an hour or more. They have a 26% of design, but they yield a 304 batting average. And more importantly, a slugging percentage of 602. And you see the numbers for under 75 miles per hour. There are exceptions, right? Guys like, well, Nico, Luis Arraez does not have great bat speed. He just has great bat control, but he doesn't slug much. He's just pinging the ball around the diamond.
Chandler Simpson does that for Tampa Bay. Pop up by Ozuna. But it's a foul ball into the seats. Oh, great catch by a fan. He had range. He went like 6 seats over to his right. And
well, there's room to roam down there.
there is. Tracked it down. Line drive left field. Happ in, makes the catch. A 1-2-3 inning for Jameson Taillon in the second. It's 3-0 Cubs.
By the city that started it all.
Live odds brought to you by Bet365, where winning is everything. Alex Bregman leads things off. Here gets Bubba Chandler in his third inning of work. First pitch is taken inside. And for more on Alex Bregman, let's send it down to Elise Menaker.
Alex, yesterday Judd Hoyer was pointing out that the start that Alex Bregman is off to, it's pretty consistent with what he's done throughout his career. He can get off to slow starts. I feel like it's a little bit magnified. Maybe that's the word you can use, because when the offense is struggling, you need more slug in there. So if you look at what he's done March through May, 259 batting average with a 787 OPS. But then if you look at this season, I mean, the batting average is exactly the same with what he's done throughout his career. The OPS is a little bit lower. So that's maybe where you add into the fact as he grounds out there to second. Okay, well, the slug is down. What's keeping the OPS up right now? More the on base. So Hoyer was pointing out that when you're hitting the middle of the order, you like more of those, multi-run hits, especially when you are that guy. But if you look at the numbers, it's not that they're that much different than years past. So yes, it can be frustrating, but also keeping that in mind.
Ian Happ to center. O'Neal Cruz ranges into the gap at the warning track, and he makes the catch. Ian gives that a ride, 2 outs.
Real good swings for Ian here tonight. The single that played at 2 hit on a line, and now this drive pushes Cruz back a little bit. Yeah, I think Bregman's probably going to be okay. He's got a track record of success that would lead you to believe that those slugging numbers will start to creep up.
And Elise brings up a good point. Batting average on par with how he normally starts. On base percentage on par with how he normally starts. Same with strikeout rate, same with walk rate, just the absence of slug. And it's a big absence. He hits in the middle of the order. Driving the baseball is paramount.
Yeah. Sometimes it's just, guys search. Kind of like golfers with their golf swing. They get a little bit of a funk, and they get a little bit off mechanically, and they tinker, and and then all of a sudden they'll clip 1 or 2, and oh yeah, and then a little muscle memory kicks in. We see it all the time with sluggers. They'll go through a little bit of a home run drought, and then they'll hit 5 over a course of 10 days. We'll see. Alex is 32 years old, and it's not unheard of for a player to go into decline at that age, but the really good ones have a tendency to defy that aging curve.
Sayer hits it well to center. O'Neal Cruz, tough route, goes back, makes the catch. Good recovery by O'Neal Cruz, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. Middle 3, 3-0 Cubs lead. Happy birthday to the Hall of Famer, Cubs broadcast legend Pat Hughes, HBD. There he is.
Silver Fox. I think Coomer, somebody just said, "Hey Pat, you're on TV."
Jameson Taillon against Endy Rodriguez.
Pat shares a birthday with Hall of Famers Frank Thomas and Jeff Bagwell. They're the only Hall of Famers, those two, to be born on the same exact day in 1968. And they both won an MVP in 1994.
That's crazy. Rodriguez leadoff walk.
Pat won his MVP in 2016.
Got his Hall of Fame nod in 2023.
And this is a very dangerous 9-hole hitter that we've seen here. Valdez, the rookie, recently called up. A couple home runs already. A long one here the other night into the bullpen.
He has 2 big league hits, both of them homers.
He's putting up big numbers down in the minor leagues. He's showing outstanding plate discipline.
Check swing, foul ball. You brought up a good point. When you look at young power hitting sluggers, 22 years old in the minor league, you see a lot of home runs. You normally see a lot of strikeouts, but for Valdez, not as much.
Yeah, he's a very mature approach for a young guy. I mean, look at that take. A sweeper that starts on the plate, runs off the outside edge, and some guys are better than others at pitch recognition, and he tracked that one well. Shaking his head, no, 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 I'm not going to bite.
A bit there.
Jamo went right back with it, and this time he could not lay off. Probably talked himself into thinking he was going to get a heater there.
Strikeout number 2 for Jamo. Horwitz takes the ball. Jamo, the last start he had against the Pirates, that was on April 12th at Wrigley Field. He gave up 6 runs in 6 innings, but he struck out 10, which is 1 off his career high. Good stop by Carson.
Jamo for his career 84 and 64 with a 3.92 ERA. This is his 4th year with the Cubs, coming to the end of a 4-year deal.
And as Elise said, 10 years of big league service time this week. Nice accomplishment. .3-0 from Tyone. Called strike.
Horwitz willing to sit back and watch that one pass through at 93.
Steps out of the box. An unheralded and underrated hitter for this Pirates team. Swing and a miss. Spencer Horwitz, the grandson of Mets legendary employee Jay Horwitz. Thank you, Chris Kamka. Line drive, shallow left, falls in front of Ian Happ for a base hit.
Jay was a long-time media relations guy for the Mets. Ball kind of middle up. It's a little crisis point for Jamo now with Lau up there and a couple men on base.
Hit to deep right field, and the Pirates tied this game up.
Brandon Lau's going to get some MVP votes the way this is going. He's been such an important piece for the Pirates. He's been one of the better hitters in the league. This time with a couple of men on base, the home run ball bites Jamo again. See where Carson was set up. They're trying to go away with that pitch. J-Mo just pulls it into the danger zone.
Brandon Lau, home run number 14, and his third against the Cubs.
You see where Carson set up and where that pitch ends up, and ultimately where it ended up.
Pop up shallow center. Crow Armstrong makes the catch. It's all tied up at 3 here in the third.
J-Mo obviously will not be happy with the pitch he made for the home run. It also will grind out him the leadoff walk to the 8-hole hitter Rodriguez.
One up. Pop up towards first. Michael Busch makes the catch, and it ends the bottom of the third. Pirates tied up on one swing. Brandon Lau, 3-run homer, 3-3 game. Top 4 here at PNC Park. Some Cubs fans in attendance. Cubs 3, Pirates 3. I think Moises Ballesteros tried to call timeout there.
Maybe he felt like Chandler didn't engage.
Slices that left side towards the corner, and it just goes foul. Ballesteros struck out swinging first at bat.
And after fastball way up, now they're going to try to bounce something. I think they'd go back to that elevated fastball at some point, the next pitch or two.
Didn't do it there. Chandler delivers. Popped up left side. Playable. Gonzalez makes a catch. All right, fans, a brand new episode of the Lovable Reunion premieres tonight on Marquee. David Ross and Anthony Rizzo sit down with Mike Montgomery and Justin Grimm. It's up right after Cubs postgame live and is available anytime on YouTube and the Marquee app. You like the music to that, JD?
Yeah, very good. Remind me of a sitcom, Bosom Buddies or something.
Popped up. Right side, foul ground. Ball girl gets out of the way and it lands out of play.
Yeah, don't forget your bucket.
One. Another pop-up. This one towards Brandon Lau. And the second baseman makes the catch.
This is the all-new 2026 Nissan Sentra. With the most standard features of any sedan in its class, it means you can have your cake and drive it too. Nissan, #1 in new vehicle quality. Now get a low $274 per month lease on Sentra.
Two outs, top 4. Dansby Swanson in his first at-bat. Line drive single to right.
One of the problems for the Cubs, among the many issues they've had, is They're giving up way too many home runs, and they're not hitting a bunch of home runs either. That was the real strength of this club early.
Strength of the club early on this season. Strength of the club pretty much all of last season.
Getting out homered by a wide margin, generally not good.
My drive left center field, and Dansby swats it with the second hit. He sprints towards second. Cruz strong arm throw. It's close, and it's not in time. Dansby swats it, 2-out double. He's 2 for 2 today.
That's a good sign. Couple good swings by Dansby, and it's always a risk when you run on O'Neill Cruz, but with 2 outs, absolutely push it, try to get into scoring position. And Dansby does just that. This double is brought to you by Elgin Hyundai. Home of the 20-year and 200,000-mile warranty on every new car. Every new car. Go ahead, Dansby. Go ahead. Challenge that big arm.
Dean swings at the first pitch and fouls it left side out of play. He walk and a run scored. Get a loud pop out in the second. He smokes that one deep to right field. It's back and it's off the wall. Dansby scores. Pete Crow Armstrong to second. It's an RBI double, and the Cubs retake the lead here in the 4th.
Hey, there's a good bit of clutchiness. 2 outs, nobody on, and Dansby delivers, and then PCA hits a 1-iron off the Clemente wall out there, 109 miles per hour. Man, he's been good lately. The quality of contact has really been impressive.
Four 3 Cubs lead.
That ball was just blistered.
Smoked.
Hey, somebody did something spectacular. How about a triple-double, Nico?
It's very Oscar Robertson of you.
Oh, the big O. He was fun, huh, when we had him in?
He was great. He's welcome up any time. I think his run differential is like 8-0.
Talk about Nico's bat-to-ball skills. That was 99. I don't know, 8 inches off the inside corner. He's still able to get a piece of it. I mean, in a perfect world, you don't swing at it, but it just speaks to how good he is at putting the bat on the ball.
Go 2 from Chandler. Ouch.
Well, let's see if Nico. And it's hard, right, when you're down 2 strikes to sell out and look in, just because they've been pumping that 2-seamer in on your hands. But you would be tempted, wouldn't you, to try to cheat in there, try to get the head out early.
Good take. Bubba Chandler at 77 pitches. Three 2/3 innings. Look out.
That was a changeup, an inside changeup.
At 93. Back to second.
See if Rodriguez gave a sign to Chandler there, dropped the mid or closed the mid. Something to cue him when to spin and make that throw.
One, 2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 100 up and in. Cubs retake the lead. Pete Crow Armstrong RBI double. 4-3 Cubs up.
And Baja Blast at the ballpark.
Yeah, we were talking about the Cubs' issues with the long ball, not hitting enough and giving up too many. Their home run differential, -16, fourth worst in MLB. Council said it on the homestands. He just don't give up homers. It's obviously easy to say, and a lot of that is due to the makeup of the pitching staff. If you've got fly ball guys, home runs are going to be part of it. You just have to find a way to kind of calm that down a little bit.
Try to neutralize it. You as a former pitcher, your staff, you're giving up home runs. How would you try to neutralize it? Is it pitches?
Well, that's the thing. I think a lot of it just depends on who do you have pitching, and then if you're a guy like J-Mo gives up home runs. I gave up plenty of home runs. So the key is you don't walk people, so that they're solo shots and not 3-run homers. I don't know that you can drastically change your approach in the middle of a season. Some guys maybe can. No, I couldn't. I was just a fly ball guy, and when I was not at the top of my game, I was going to give up home runs.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. All right, for more on giving up the home run ball, Jameson Taillon, Elise Medeker, what's up?
Yeah, so JD hit on a lot of points that Craig Counsell did before the game about the profile of some of these pitchers, and specifically I asked about Taillon and what he sees from him. You know, he's not a big velocity guy, Craig Counsell said, so a lot of times that velocity is going to create room for errors. So when you're someone like Jameson Taillon and you don't have that, it comes down to location. Now, he mentioned at times...
It's a solo home run for Connor Griffin.
Diff on cue, Connor Griffin goes Ombo. That's number 4 for the young Pirate phenom. Elise was talking about location, and that's up, out, away from Griffin a little bit. You see Kelly, they're trying to go down and away, and that's top of the zone. And again, without that big fastball, you're not going to get as many swings and misses up there as others might.
All right, Elise Medeker, continue.
It was that location exactly that Craig Counsell was highlighting, that pitch up. When J-Mo misses up, that's a sign that he's not as crisp. So with Lau, maybe it was missing a location, but like JD said, when you miss with that fastball up, you know, the margin of error is just smaller for someone like Jameson.
Yeah, and that's why we preach velocity. You know, people talk about it. It's the art of pitching, and velocity isn't that important. Velocity is huge. And obviously, when you don't have the big fastball, then you have to be more precise. And it's interesting, you know, J-Mo early in his career was more of a two-seam guy, two-seam curve, and he did get a fair number of ground balls. But as his career has evolved, he's changed. I don't know if he can revert back. And again, that's not easy to do. But you know, you might get to a point where Tommy Hotovy and J-Mo sit down, and J-Mo's, you know, such a smart guy and willing to make adjustments. There may come a conversation like, should we throw a whole bunch more sweepers? Should we throw the curveball more? Should we throw more, you know, whatever it is. I'm sure they've had conversations to that effect.
Good breaking ball. Here's Endy Rodriguez. Takes a breaking ball for a strike. I mean, one of the only things I can think about for a pitcher, if you're trying to not give up as many fly balls, ground outs, just throw the sinker more. But that's, again, much easier said than done. That's something that took Ben Brown an entire offseason to do. Now he's implemented the sinker, throwing it 20% of the time. It's effective, and his home run rate has dropped.
Yeah, and he also has the velo, right? Sure. He's going to throw 97, 98.
Tied up at 4 here in the 4th. Two from Tyone. That just misses ball 4. And Andy Rodriguez, out of the 8th spot in the order, has drawn 2 walks. Chopper foul. That's it well to center. Beat back at the track, makes the catch. And it ends the bottom of the 4th. Connor Griffin ties up the game. Solo home run. It's 4-4. We'll go to the 5th. Got a boys trip. With the Cubs fans. Fun night at PNC Park. 4-4 5th inning. Bubba Chandler in for his 5th inning of work.
Yeah, well, we'll see when these bullpens get activated, I would think pretty soon.
Bush hits it down the left field line. Reynolds towards the corner near the nook, and it just gets caught by the fence.
As close as you're going to get to a cheap home run in this ballpark, right down the line. That wall in left much shorter than the 21-foot high Clemente wall in right. Generally, to go deep here, you've got to earn it. Big yard.
Upper left side foul. Bregman 0 for 2 tonight.
Lawrence is up. We have not yet seen him in this series. Another guy that can rush it up there.
I think if you sum up the Pirates pitching staff in one sentence, rush it up there would be.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure their starters have the highest average velocity in all of baseball, and the entire staff may. They've just got a bunch of great arms.
Bregman to right field. And that's a single for Alex Bregman. 7-game hitting streak.
Yeah, Cubs are having a little puck luck here tonight. Some softies that have turned into base hits, and they would argue that we're overdue for some of this.
A little puck luck. I heard pot luck. I'm like, oh, I'm hungry.
You know, you just 66 miles an hour, you get a knock. You like to borrow steel jargon from other sports. Ian's had 2 real good swings tonight.
In the air, fairly deep right field. Valdez makes the catch.
It's time to go yard. Echo, power on and on.
Maybe that's foreshadowing. 1 strike. Ooh. 99 up and a little bit in.
Rodriguez has got springs in his legs here. Second or third time he's had to do that tonight. Chandler's having a little chuckle at his own expense here. It's like, I wonder if I can throw one 104 miles per hour like Mizorowski. Let's try here.
Might hit the screen, but why not? Pitch number 90 coming up for Bubba Chandler. So we'll ask for another baseball. Seo for 2, grounded into a double play. And a hard hit ball to center. Got tied up there.
To say that Seo's due would be an understatement. If my math is correct, I've got no home runs in at least his last 57 at bats, 1 home run in his last 66 at bats.
One of the 30 home run hitters for the Cubs in 2025. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Alex Bregman stranded at first. We are tied at 4 here at PNC Park.
The A's coming to town Tuesday, June 2nd for a 3-game series. Tickets are available at Cubs.com/tickets. You know, you don't get many opportunities to see the A's. Suggest you jump on board.
Especially the West Sacramento A's.
Yeah, they're not going to be there forever. Well, this seems like a very important inning for J-Mo as he faces the top of the order for the 3rd time.
Spencer Horwitz. That single in the 3rd. Brought home on a 3-run home run by Brandon Lau. Oh, 2. Hit in the air to right, but playable. Suzuki makes the catch. All right, aspiring young broadcasters, this is your last chance to submit your best play-by-play call of a Cubs highlight for a chance to win a VIP experience at Wrigley Field. Enter the Wintrust Junior Broadcaster Contest at MarqueeSportsNetwork.com/Junior Broadcaster or scan the QR code now. Hurry! Entries close this Sunday. I bet they can make a good call.
Lau was convinced that was a strike, but a good heater there right on the outside corner from J-Mo. Looks like at least 2 pitches into this at bat, they're saying, let's just stay away from in against this guy. He can go out and get one.
One. One-two delivery. And the second, Nico gobbles it up over to first, 2 outs.
They play Hank Williams Jr. when Brian Reynolds comes up to hit here. Family tradition.
You a Hank Williams Jr. fan? Not your favorite?
Yeah, I mean, he had a huge album many years ago, and it's kind of familiar with some of that.
Can't say it's a normal walk-up song choice.
I think it's his way of saying, this is who I am. I'm a country boy.
1-0.
I have no idea why he chose that music. I have no idea where he's from. He was born in Baltimore, so that doesn't. Not really a country boy. He went to Vanderbilt in Tennessee. That would qualify. At Vandy, teammates with Dansby, Carson Fulmer, Walker Buehler.
Called strike. He went to high school in Brentwood, Tennessee.
There you go. That explains it. High school teammate of Robbie Ray.
Tyone delivers. Tapper foul. Reynolds 2 doubles yesterday. Had a double in the first inning tonight. Three balls, 2 strikes, the pitch. Line drive, left field, sinking liner, half dives, gets a glove on it, can't get it. He picks it up. He'll fire to second. It's close. Nico with the tag, and he's out. Oh, baby.
A mad scramble for the ball by Ian Happ, and that arm pays off yet again. On the money with the throw, and he gets his man. The slide is brought to you by Wisconsin Dells. Playing your getaway at WisDells.com. Certainly understandable that Reynolds would push for it here, but Ian Happ found the ball in the nick of time and got his man.
He has to do a step on first base for the final out, but that is not what he does. He chases Baez back to home plate. Chaos ensues. Wilson Contreras scores. Baez then runs back to first. He's safe on the throwing error by Michael Perez. Baez ends up on second base, ending one of the most memorable moments in baseball history. I'm going to add to that, it is one of the most memorable calls. You and Boog, JD, were fantastic. I know it was COVID, so you guys weren't on site, but I think what made it so great is that you were reacting with all of us as you were calling.
Yeah, it was just incredible. Yeah, Jesse Rogers wrote a good article you can find online, and I feel bad for the kid Craig, the first baseman, because apparently he was a minor league Gold Glover. He's a good defender, but he just kind of brain crap. And that's what Javi would do to you. He would do stuff on the field that would make you second guess yourself. Like, what's happening here? El Mago at his best.
And this pitching change is brought to you by Lakeside Bank. Lakeside Bank, it's about time. Lefty Evan Sisk.
And Sisk has been quite good. 19th appearance and a 1.61 ERA for the funky left-hander. I understand why Craig Counsell opted to send Alcantara up there instead of Ballesteros with that arm angle. Nothing coming easy these days, Counts. Had that early lead. One big swing of the bat changed the dynamic of this game. He would just give me like a 9-2 win. Well, obviously any win right now would be great.
Evan Sisk originally came up in the Royals organization, and with the Omaha Storm Chasers, he faced Kevin Alcantara, the Iowa Cubs. And Kevin Alcantara draws a leadoff walk. All right, JD, more on the bias play. You had a favorite moment during that.
Well, when he called Contreras safe at the plate, right? I mean, that's amazing. Watch. He almost got the home plate himself. If he touches home plate, he's out. But he makes the call and then resumes action. I mean, that is so Javi. That is just an amazing a player with unbelievable instincts.
And it still brings a smile to your face.
Yeah, he was my favorite guy to watch play. He could be maddening at times, swinging at balls that were bouncing, 4 feet in front of home plate. But he was so much fun to watch play with the no look tags, all the base running stuff, the swim move, just incredible. And I remember asking Brandon Hyde once. Hyder was either the base coach or bench coach at the time. I don't recall. And I said, "Now tell me about Javi." I said, "He does a lot of things out there." I'm thinking, he's getting lucky. I guess, is he lucky? He said, "No." Because it's his instincts. He sees things other players don't see. He's daring and willing to take chances, but because it's not luck. It's all ability and instincts and, seeing the play, ahead of everybody else.
It's kind of like a sixth sense.
Mm-hmm. How many times would you see him base hit to the outfield where it looks like it's going to be a station-to-station thing, and he just scores because the outfielder throws the ball into second base, assuming he's not going to try to score.
Alcantara on first, 2 balls, 1 strike to Carson Kelly. Alcantara at first trying to get a read on Sisk, and it's not particularly easy. Kelly rips it left center field. Another single for Carson Kelly. Back-to-back multi-hit games. Alcantara at second.
Cubs continue to apply pressure here. 9 hits now, first and second, nobody out. They've had this situation 2 or 3 times already here tonight. And now with that lefty out there, a great opportunity for Dansby, who's already got a couple of knocks. At least talked about that play in Boog. We were at Wrigley. The game was being played here because of COVID. And when Contreras, he kind of entered the picture late because we couldn't see the whole field because we were working the game off monitors. If you listen to the call, you can hear the surprise in Boog's voice. Almost like, where did he come from?
Just so many moving parts. Ball, 1 strike to Dansby Swanson, who's 2 for 2 today. Single and a double. 2 runners on, nobody out. 4-4 game. 6 delivers. Pop up right field, foul ground. Horwitz back, Valdez in, and Horwitz makes the catch. That is not an easy play for a first baseman.
No, not at all. He traveled a long way. And back to the infield. Presence of mind to know he's got to hustle that ball back in.
He cues it foul. RBI double on his last at bat off the wall. Narrowly missed his 7th home run of the season. He down the right field line, and it just goes foul.
Would have scored 2. Left-handed hitters obviously a challenge to hang in there against this arm angle with which he pitches. 194 the batting average for lefties.
Pete's been one of the better hitters in the National League against left-handed pitching. Good take.
And that's the other thing to contemplate when you look at those splits for Sisk. There's probably a lot of left-handed hitters that get pinch hit for against him. So he's being able to shut down probably some of the better left-handed hitters in the league.
Swings and misses, strike 3.
Across the body, like stepping well toward the first base side.
more than likely bring a pitching change. Pitching change is brought to you by Lakeside Bank. Lakeside Bank, it's about time. 2 on, 2 out for the Cubs. We are tied. Pump us up, Miguel Amaya. Backed by popular demand, Wrigley Field experiences are available on June 20th, August 14th, and September 12th. VIP packages include game tickets, a pre-game reception, a tour, and a meet and greet with a current Cubs player. Learn more at Cubs.com/Wrigley Field Experience.
Well, we got a new pitcher in there for the Buccos. It's Johan Ramirez. He's on for the 24th time. He's got a 3.60 ERA. Ball on the ground, a lot of ground ball rate, up over 50%. League average is 42-ish.
He's Nico Horner.
A guy working out of the bullpen, he uses a starter's mix. Four-seamer, sinker, slider, change.
Nico lines it to short, and it's caught by Connor Griffin. Hard hit ball, nothing to show for Cubs. Strand a pair. It's a 4-4 game here in Pittsburgh.
Cub fans, fine art meets Wrigley Field in the Dogs of Wrigley Field collection by Gray Malin. Shop limited edition prints at ivyshop.com. Jacob Webb, he's a dog. This pitching change is brought to you by Lakeside Bank. Lakeside Bank, it's about time. Solid numbers for the veteran righty.
Saw Webb in game 1 this series. A couple of fastballs. Hitting 97s. It's nice to see. 0-2 count to Nick Gonzalez. Webb fires. A little bit high.
In his last 6 appearances, 6 1/3 innings, and he's not allowed a run. He struck out 9 and has not walked a man in that stretch.
Swing and a miss, strike 3.
He struck out 10 and he has not walked a man. That time the changeup. So often that's the put-away pitch for him. Normally we think about left-handed hitters in that changeup, but this time the righty Gonzalez sees it. A guy that's tough to strike out, doesn't strike out much, doesn't swing and miss much. But fooled by that good let-up.
Bruce swings and misses. Perfect pitch.
Challenge.
Previous pitch was called a strike. The batter has challenged.
Yes, it was.
The pitch was a strike. The count is 1-2. Pittsburgh has lost the ability to challenge for the rest of regulation play.
So the Bubba Chandler challenge looms large. Swing and a miss, strike 3.
Yeah, that could be important as we move into the later stages of this tie game, that they no longer have the ability to challenge. Again, kind of a low leverage situation, nobody on base. Wasn't a ball 4 or a strike 3.
Swing and a miss. Can't imagine Don Kelly is overly pleased.
No, that's a tough thing for a manager to manage. Try to kind of let your guys know when you think the best time to use those challenges is.
Jacob Webb getting a lot of swings and misses here. Back-to-back Ks, and now no balls, 2 strikes to Connor Griffin. Griffin a homer in his last at bat. First row of seats in right field.
Went back to the changeup there, and you saw Carson Kelly slide inside. He wanted to throw him that same changeup they threw Gonzalez, and I don't think Jacob really believed in it. He just cut it off. Like, not sure I want to throw that in there.
Goes away. Now 3-2 to Griffin.
Now the question is, has Griffin convinced himself he's going to get a heater here? And can you pull the string with that changeup?
He went heater.
Just talk about eliminating pitches in an at bat. Okay, I don't have to worry about this. I'm going to sit on this with Webb. That fastball changeup combination, they're always both in play.
Fouls off a 96-mile-per-hour fastball. It's a fun battle. Jacob Webb against Connor Griffin. 3-2 delivery. Line foul. Pitch number 9 coming up.
Yep, and there you go. Change-ups and 4-seamers. He does have a slider and a curveball. Doesn't throw them all that often.
It is on the no. Well, we'll see.
The previous pitch was called a ball. The catcher has challenged.
If Carson says it's a strike, then I'm marking my scorebook. Get the red K's out, people.
The pitch was a strike. The batter is out.
Should have trusted
Chicago
my
has
instincts.
2 remaining challenges.
Jacob Webb strikes out the side. We're on to the 7th. But house divided here. Cubs fans, Pirates fans. Good game so far tonight. In the 7th, all tied up. Alex Cohen, Jim DeShays, Elise Menaker. Bush takes it away. Bush a walk. 0 for 2 today. Cubs 4 runs on 9 hits. Pirates 4 runs on 5 hits. They have 2 homers. Ball 3. Thank you, JD, for giving me water.
Yeah,
Appreciate
yeah,
that.
sure.
Hydrate.
Go ahead, Bushy. Take out the big stick.
Ground ball, foul ball.
What's going on here? We got a little pitch com issue.
They had it after the.
Oh no, he's choking.
Had some sort of issue after the first pitch.
Swallow his chew.
Gets a bottle of water.
Yeah, he's not feeling well.
Andy Rodriguez's first start of the series. Henry Davis caught the first 2 games. Oh. So Bush on base for the second time tonight.
That would have been ball 4, but it's hit by pitch. I never saw the umpire signal.
Ramirez smiling.
Feeling pretty good about that pickoff move, and it's quick feet and a good tag here on the short hop by Horwitz. Bushy's like, I'm not going anywhere, man. Leave me alone.
Bregman deep down the left field line. Reynolds angles towards the line. He can't make the catch. It gets by him and it's into the corner. Bush stops at third. Bregman to second. His third straight multi-hit game. And the Cubs have runners at second and third and nobody out in the 7th.
Weird the way Brian Reynolds pursued this ball off the bat of Bregman, the point we've made many times in this ballpark in this series. There's a lot of real estate to cover down there. It's off the end of the bat a little bit. It's kind of a weird angle towards it. But again, the Cubs with a glorious scoring opportunity now. Pirates will pull the infield in.
Another big spot for Ian Happ. Ian Happ deep down the right field line. Valdez towards the corner. And it's gone. Bumped by Ian Happ. Go ahead 3-run jack. 11th of the year. He's driven in 5. It's 7-4 Cubs. Take that.
Ian Happ back here at home where he's done so much damage over the years. Had himself a real nice night tonight. He's had good swings all night long. 2 RBI single first time. And yeah, cracked the seal. Not done yet, but a level of comfort they haven't had in that dugout in a while. A home run replay is brought to you by Toyota, official vehicle of the Chicago Cubs. A little spinner, middle in. And knew he got it. He's just looking to see if it's going to stay fair or not.
Ian Happ, all conference. Right, JD?
Good time, yeah, here. Cincinnati, St. Louis.
Longest on base streaks at PNC Park. Ian Happ, 40 consecutive. He's got a 10-game lead. Check swing by Seiya.
Yeah, we like to have fun with the whole all-conference thing with Ian Happ in the NL Central, and here's why. 503 career games and pretty impressive numbers. OPS around 900. And if you do that for your career, you got a pretty good chance of being a Hall of Famer. So he's going to be in the NL Central Hall of Fame someday. I haven't decided where they're going to build that museum.
I was going to say, where do you think it would be?
Could be virtual. It's only in our heads. Well, maybe it's just my head.
Mine too. Line drive center field in front of Cruz. Nearly misplayed that.
That ball was knuckling.
So here in the 7th, a hit by pitch, a double, a 3-run homer, and a single.
12 hits now for the Cubs. Solid line drive off the bat of Suzuki.
A pitch hitter for the Cubs. It's Michael Conforto. Seven-4 Cubs. And during this rough stretch where they've been 2-14 in their last 16 games, they've scored just 6 runs or more twice. They have 7 runs tonight. That's the end of the outing for Ramirez, and we have a pitching change.
Tuesday, June 2nd, Cubs take on the A's. First pitch 7:05. Fans who purchase tickets at Cubs.com/specials will receive a special edition University of Illinois and Cubs New Era cap. Don't miss this offer. Oh, that's right. We're moving to the 7:05 starts, eh?
Yep. Thank you for doing that read, JD. I was too busy taking pictures of the sky.
Yeah, it's pretty out there tonight. Well, here's Justin Lawrence, the right-hander, on for the 23rd time. Walks a little bit of an issue for him. Gives you a little 96. Both sinkers and sliders from a tough angle.
Conforto deep to right center field. Valdez towards the gap. It's gone. Another pinch hit home run for Michael Conforto. 4th of the year, 2-run jack, 9-4 Cubs.
Michael Conforto recently has been in a little bit of a downturn, but man, he's been something off the bench. This home run brought to you by Hefty strength you can trust.
We were talking about the home run differential, Cubs struggling to hit home runs. I think they took that a little personally. Two in the span of 5 minutes.
Still nobody out in the inning. 5 have come home for the Cubs.
Carson Kelly 2 hits tonight. Foul out of play.
Paul Skeens pitching for the Pirates tomorrow. Tonight's game became really important, and the Cubs have responded in a big way. It's not to say you can't beat Skeens, but you know,
it's not easy. Kelly swings and misses strike 3. Bring up Dansby Swanson. Cubs against Paul Skeens. It's been a wide array of results. Last year here, about a year ago, 13 months ago, hit 3 home runs against Skeens, including back-to-back homers, and won. One up. Good ground under short. Griffin. First, it's wide. And an errant throw by Dansby. Jumps back to first as he took a turn to second.
Pirates made 3 errors in the ballgame last night. Didn't really hurt them because they scored 12 runs. The Cubs couldn't really cash in those mistakes.
Kind of double pumped.
I don't think he got the handle initially. Resets with a little glove tap. That forces him to hurry the throw, and it's well off the mark.
Dansby's off. Pete swears the bump, pulls back, and Dansby Swanson steals second. Got a great jump.
Yeah, he sure did. Rodriguez realizing he's got no shot. Rodriguez can really throw too.
Pete, an RBI double in the 4th. Drills it deep down the right field line, but it hooks fouling out of play. Cubs with their first multi-home run inning since April 21st. A little bit out in front of that breaking ball. Pete strikes out swinging. 9th batter of the inning for the Cubs here in the 7th with 2 outs.
Looks like Phil Maton warming up in the Cubs bullpen. I was looking at Skeens game by game. Toronto got him last time. Actually, 2 starts in a row he's been roughed up. He's allowed 9 runs in his last 2 starts. Lost them both. Phillies put a 5 spot on him, and then Toronto scored 4. So you can view that one of 2 ways. How often does Skeens have 3 clunkers in a row, or something's going on with Skeens that makes him vulnerable? I expect he'll be good.
Regardless of the results tonight, Pirates will have an opportunity tomorrow to win their first series at PNC Park against the Cubs since 2022.
Yeah, you know, this Pirate team, it looks like they're going to stick around. We talked about the, adding Lau. O'Hearn, who's currently on the IL, has been good. Horowitz stepped up. Ryan Reynolds putting together a pretty nice year. O'Neal Cruz has been good, and that starting staff is one of the best in the game.
Walk for Nico Hoerner. Cubs have batted around in the 7th.
The Pirates have a chance to have their first winning season since 2018.
Ryan O'Hearn, you said, on the injured list. Jared Jones on the injured list. So Michael Busch, who began the inning, led off, hit by a pitch. Line drive right field, base hit Michael Busch. Here comes Swanson, throw to third instead. Michael Busch with an RBI single, and the Cubs double-digit runs at PNC Park tonight. It's a 10-4 game.
Go ahead, boys, get gritty, have a little fun. Good swing here by Bushy. He got this inning started. It's a hit by pitch now, solid RBI single. And muscle memory starting to kick in for the Cubs. Oh yeah, this is what it feels like to play winning baseball.
Alex Bregman 2 for 4 tonight. 2 for 4 game 1, 2 for 4 game 2, and 2 for 4 this evening. Takes a breaking ball for a strike. Called strike at 97. He can run it up there too.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive too from that arm slot. Most of these drop down guys, they don't throw quite as hard, but he's got a little juice.
This is there at 96. The pitch. Line foul. Right behind home plate. 10 runs on 14 hits for the Cubs. Bregman, line drive left field. Reynolds makes the catch. 11 batters in the 7th. Ian Happ, go ahead 3-run blast. Dugout pumped. And now insurance runs brought to you by Michael Conforto. It's also brought to you by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and people strategy partner. Cubs lead. Let's all play ball. Don't miss Play Ball Weekend coming up on June 5th through June 7th, encouraging youth everywhere to get out and play. You can visit playball.org to register for a free event near you today. Playball.org.
Well, Phil Maton on for the Cubs here. He's got a tough act to follow, doesn't he? Jacob Webb came out there, faced 3 guys, punched them all out. Phil on for the 19th time, 16 innings, a 7.88 ERA.
Strike. This is outside. Cubs coming into this game, JD, with a 10-game losing streak, and there haven't been that many bright spots. One of them, though, the bullpen in general. Jacob Webb, not just during the losing streak, really the last month, has been really good. Be great to get Phil Maton back.
If you if you kind of break down all the components of the team, the defense has still been really, really good. And the bullpen has been solid.
Webb's been solid. Ethan Roberts has been solid. Line drive left center. Marcelo Zuna with a leadoff single.
Because the Cubs have been losing so much, they haven't had to use their leverage guys frequently. It's not like guys are piling up back-to-back outings. Maton has not been out there for a few days. Sunday was his last outing. The goal here is to get through this game and just try to limit the amount of work each bullpen guy has to work, so everybody's still good to go for tomorrow's series finale before heading on into the Lou for the weekend.
First time seeing the Cardinals this season.
They were just swept by the Brewers.
That series had some fireworks.
Dustin May of the Cardinals pitched 7 no-hit innings today and managed to lose the game. Brewers put a late rally on them and scored 2 runs. And May was charged with the loss.
Got a meeting at the mound. Speaking of the Cardinals, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Sunday. Look at this lineup. NBC, Peacock, 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central. Jason Benetti, our own Jim DeShays, Albert Pujols, Anthony Rizzo pregame, and Bob Costas the host. That is murderer's row right there.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to working with Jason, and we don't know Albert that well at all. That should be fun. Of course, Riz is always going to make it fun. Bob will make it smart.
Everybody playing their role. I think Benetti will help make it smart too.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely.
You too. Three-0 by Maton. Called strike. So with Milwaukee sweeping St. Louis, Brewers 33-20. That's a called strike. Andy Rodriguez thought it was ball 4, and he can't challenge.
Keep your gear on there, Andy. Work to be done.
Payoff.
On Friday, June 5th, Cubs-Giants. First pitch 120. First 5,000 early arriving fans in the Budweiser bleachers. 21 and older will receive a Cubs 1910 replica jersey presented by Budweiser. Don't miss this opportunity.
Esmeralyn Valdez up. Maton misses away. Fires a strike. There's Caleb Thielbar warming up. One.
It's been a battle pretty much all season long for Phil. He gets on a little bit of a roll, but really hasn't settled in real long stretches.
There's the bread and butter pitch.
Missing a chunk of time on the IL. That doesn't help. Does miss that one by 1.5 feet.
Just got a piece of that. Cubs scored 6. Top half of the frame. Broke a 4-4 tie. Turned it into a 10-4 lead. Line foul, little 3-2-1. 3-run home run Ian Happ. 2-run home run Michael Conforto. And an RBI single from Michael Busch. Maton delivered. It's a Called third strike. Inside corner, perfectly placed.
A little front door breaking ball here. Does indeed clip that inside corner at the knees.
Woods takes a breaker for a strike. Check swing. Did not go around.
I'm guessing if Horwitz reaches here, we'll see Caleb Thielbar.
With lefty Brandon Lau on deck. The called strike. First, Bushfield, second, there's one. Throw to first, and it's a double play. Won't need Thielbar, at least in the 7th. Good turn. Spencer Horwitz not particularly happy. Take a look. And we'll have a challenge.
The stage of the game down 6, I imagine the thinking is.
The ruling on the field is a double play. Pittsburgh is challenging both the play at second and the play at first.
You get 2 for the price of 1 here, so you can have them look at both plays. And again, down 6, 7th inning, chance to put an inning together. Any murkiness at all, they're going to challenge.
All right, they're taking a second look. Second opinion is always a good idea. Get yours at Northwestern Medicine. Did Dansby hold? Yes, he did. Throw to first.
Yeah. Inning over. It's funny, like nobody even thinks about trying to take out a middle infielder now. Rodriguez just stays upright and runs through the base. I mean, you can't go out of your way to upend a middle infielder, but you can still slide into him.
It's right on the bag.
Yeah. Call stands?
Yeah, that second angle looks a little bit closer. The arch of his foot was up as it touched the bag.
After review, the ruling on the field of the play at second is confirmed. The runner is out. The ruling at first of out stands, and Pittsburgh loses its challenge.
Play stands. Nice double play to end the 7th. It is 10-4 Cubs.
Kick off your summer with
Top 8 here in Pittsburgh. Cubs 10, Pirates 4. Big night for Ian Happ as he leads off the 8th.
StatCast powered by Google Cloud. Back in the 7th inning, Ian Happ hit it really high, really far, and most importantly, fair. Let's take the roller coaster ride with Ian, shall we? 109 feet was the maximum height. And he's been known to hit high home runs. The average height of a home run is 102 feet. Made that up, I have no idea.
No, there's 2 cool parts about that. 1, the obvious home run, and 2, the sky. They mimic the sky here at PNC Park tonight. Fly ball to center. Comes back, makes the catch.
The Christopher Sanchez, kid for the Phillies, pitched 7 shutout innings today. He now has the longest shutout streak in the history of the Philadelphia Phillies, breaking the record that was established by Hall of Famer Grover Cleveland, old Pete Alexander, 100 and some odd years ago.
How many innings?
44 1/3. He is not allowed around the entire month.
Remember, it was the Chicago Cubs that got to him a little bit. Had worst outing of the season against him.
The all-time record for scoreless inning streak belongs to Oral Hershiser. 58-ish, something like that, for the Bulldog. The long-held record of Don Drysdale.
Two to Seiya. One-two delivery. This is away. Seiya today 1 for 4. Hard hit single in the 7th. A deep fly out in the 3rd. Double play in the 1st and a strikeout in the 5th.
I think the boys all got together in the clubhouse before the game today and said, you know what, it's Pat Hughes' birthday. Let's get him a W.
Win it for the Hall of Fame.
What's up?
Swing and a miss, strike 3.
Well, folks, how far did it fly? Brought to you by American Airlines. Let's watch together. Michael Conforto off the bench delivers the big fly, 395 feet. Score your next flight at AA.com.
Michael Conforto with another pinch hit homer. He was mired in his first big slump of the season. Broke out of it in a big way.
You don't want to be mired, right? As a hitter, you just don't want to hear that word mired.
Yeah, it's a tough one, right?
Yeah.
Not like mired in a streak. You're always mired in a slump.
If you hear
or
mired,
skid.
it's a bad thing. Yeah.
Breaking ball just misses. JD, look at the NL Central because there was a big fuss on the Cubs being at the basement of the standings. They were in first, now they're in last or tied for last with the Pirates. They win tonight, and if the result with the Reds holds, they're trailing the Mets. Cubs are no longer in last place. In fact, they are only a half a game out of second.
Well, yeah, that just speaks to how competitive this division is. It's up for grabs right now here, a third of the way through the season. 4.5 games separating the top and the bottom.
Looks like we'll have another pitching change for the Pirates. Top of the 8th, runner at first, 2 outs, 10-4, Cubs lead. Chicago Cubs baseball, Marquee Sports Network, brought to you by Toyota, official vehicle of the Chicago Cubs, by Prevagen, made for the brain, and by Wintrust, different approach, better results.
Hey, we've got a new pitcher in the ball game. It's Dennis Santana, the right-hander. We saw him last night through 18 pitches. Tonight, takes the mound for the 25th time. And not having the best year of the 5.24 ERA. Doesn't strike out a ton of people, and he walks too many. At least that's what those numbers would suggest.
Had a good year last season.
Yeah, he's been a pretty dependable guy.
Oh, 96 on the ribs.
Kelly says, God, good. Tougher than a Mandelbaum, this guy. Oh, that's going to lead a mark.
You'll see some laces after the game.
Yeah, Rob Manfred's name is going to be stamped onto his rib cage.
Oh, a new tattoo.
It's just pretty much impossible to get out of the way of that.
Deep breaths. Gets away from Endy Rodriguez. Runners advance.
10 up. 2 real bad misses here to get his outing started. He got a lot of leather on that, just couldn't catch it. Almost like he had a hole in the pocket of his mitt.
Dansby trying to work his way out of a slump. It's been good tonight. And Santana having difficulty finding the strike zone. Brio. Ball 4. So with 2 outs, you've seen a walk, a hit by pitch, and a walk. Cubs have the bases loaded.
Young has been one of the more durable guys in the league last couple of years. 70 appearances last year, 62 the season before.
Fires a strike there.
Get over changeup at 88. Last year he put up a 2.18 ERA. Walks were not an issue for him last season. They have been at times in the past. Gives you a whole lot of arms and legs. Keeps looking at his hand. I don't know if it's just sweat or he's got a little something going on.
One. It's out in front of a changeup. He's been on base twice tonight. Walk and a run scored in the first.
I feel like everybody's been on base a couple of times tonight. There's been a ton of traffic.
Cubs with 14 hits. Bunch of walks too. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Cubs strand the bases loaded. Santana gets out of a jam. 10-4 Cubs lead.
It's about taking care of your mind and mental health.
Game summary time, and it's brought to you by Wintrust. Some fun to talk about. Positivity. 10-4 Cubs lead. Ian Happ with his 5 runs batted in, his third 5+ RBI game of his career. Michael Conforto, a big pinch hit 2-run home run as part of a 6-run 7th. And for the Pirates, pair of home runs, Brandon Lau and Connor Griffin. Here's Caleb Thielbar.
Good hitter to get started. 14th appearance for the veteran left-hander. This will be his 3rd time out there since coming off the IL. 10 2/3 and a 3.38.
Chopper to second. Nico. 1 away.
Jamison Tyone tonight went 5 innings, allowed 4 runs on 5 hits. Jacob Webb came in and struck out the side in order in his 1 inning of work. Phil Maton had some traffic, but got a big double play to get out of it. Caleb's turn. Let's see if Council decides to play it here as we head into the 9th. First things first.
I'd like to break down Jameson Taillon's outing for a second. Obviously, he gives up the 4 runs, 2 homers, still a problem. But he talked about it in the 5th inning. Yeah, it's probably the game. The biggest inning of the game. Facing the top of the order, 3rd time around the order. That's line into right field for a base hit. And he's able to get out of it scoreless. Kind of set the tone for.
Yeah. It would have been understandable had Craig made a move to the bullpen there to prevent the Pirates' top of the order from getting a 3rd look at JMO. He decided to send the big guy out there and got 2 quick outs, and then Brian Reynolds tried to stretch that single into a double on the diving play by Ian Happ. Happ threw him out, and that ended the inning, and that ended JMO's night.
So no decision for him. But a big inning from Jacob Webb, as you said, and then the Cubs scored 7 runs and batted 11th in the 7th. Nick Gonzalez is down.
He's a good deal of discomfort here.
Double tap.
Knee.
Try to walk it off. Nick Gonzalez, another one of those high picks for the Pirates. Eye contact in one of his better years.
Yeah, he's got the hit tool. High average hitter, makes a lot of contact, doesn't slug. But good solid player.
From Caleb just misses. Or did it? It didn't. Rounder left side foul. Pitching matchup tomorrow for the Cubs and the Pirates. Paul Skeens for Pittsburgh. Colin Ray for the Cubs. And on to St. Louis. Chopper right back to Thielbar. To second. There's one. Throw to first. Not in time.
Now here's the matchup tomorrow. A couple of big right-handers getting after it. Collins sporting a 4.83 ERA through 54 innings of work. And we talked about Skeens' recent damage that he's given up. 9 runs allowed in his last 2 starts combined. The ERA still sitting at 3. And what really jumps out at you with Skeens, 65 strikeouts against 9 walks. Locked in at the corner tap tomorrow to watch their man Colin go up against Paul Skeens.
Hopefully the patrons will get some free beverages. Check swing, didn't go around. Foul over the screen into the seats.
Cruz has been really good against left-handed pitching this year.
It's been really good against the Cubs too. Came into the game 11 for 16 against Cubs pitching. That average was plummeting because of tonight. He's 0 for 3. Just got a piece of that one. Game was back and forth early on. Cubs scored 2 in the first, broke out to a 3-0 lead. 3-run home run. Brandon Lau tied it at 3. Cubs took a 4-3 lead on an RBI double from Pete Crow Armstrong. Another foul ball. Then Connor Griffin tied the game up with a solo homer opposite way. 4-4 at that point. And the difference, once again, 6-run 7th inning. It's a called third strike. Perfect pitch, Caleb Thielbar. Strikes out O'Neal Cruz. He's frustrated. Cubs aren't. They're up 10-4. We got Cubs fans getting a show tonight. One of the Tarps Off crew. Cubs also scored 10 runs. 2 shows for the price of 1.
Now, my understanding is this Tarps Off thing is generally you're celebrating your team doing something good, scoring some runs or hitting a big home run. But I guess there's nothing to say you can't just
do it.
Do it for the sake of doing it. It looked like there was some hats, some blue, powder blue.
The previous
hats
pitch
out
is called
there.
a strike. The batter has challenged.
Nico challenging the call and then conferring with Rodriguez, the catcher, saying, "What did you think?"
The pitch was a strike. Chicago has 1 remaining challenge.
All is confirmed. You know what, JD? I just think at this point of the game, they want to get on TV.
Yeah, well, that's all. Yeah, I think that's probably the primary motivation for most of this stuff. It's okay. We got you, boys. A pierogi race they do here in the middle innings out on the morning track. It's always a highlight.
Foul ball behind home plate. Nice catch by Andy Rodriguez. So 1 away, Cubs in 15, presented by Felco, is your morning highlight reel of tonight's game. Catch it tomorrow at 6, 7, or 8 a.m. or stream it anytime on the Marquee app or on YouTube. A lot to watch tonight. Or at 6 a.m. or 7 or 8. Bush tonight's been on base 3 times. Walk, hit by pitch, and an RBI single. Two off. Cubs have 10 runs. They've stranded 12. And Michael Busch gets on base for the 4th time tonight.
Santana, he's all over the place out there tonight.
First pitch he threw made a imprint of the Rob Manfred logo on Carson Kelly's ribs.
Small but spirited crowd remains here in Pittsburgh.
Swing and a miss. We had a good crowd on Monday night for the Memorial Day game. I would imagine a little bit bigger of a crowd tomorrow with Paul Skeens pitching. A marginally bigger crowd?
Yeah, I would think somebody kind of did a breakdown of that.
Pop up right field. Valdez makes the catch. What did the breakdown say?
Just not necessarily Skeen specifically, but I always held that starting pitchers could impact the draw, and the evidence suggests that it doesn't.
Interesting.
Because when I was a kid growing up in northern New York, and we were about an hour and a half drive from Montreal, and we saw the probables coming up in the next couple of days, and that's the other thing. It's hard to predict because so much changed now and who's pitching when. It's not like back then it was every fourth day, and then for the longest time every fifth day. But we'd see so and so's coming to town, and Fergie Jenkins is pitching for the Cubs. Let's go. Seaver's pitching for the Mets. Let's go.
Hit out to left center field. Brian Reynolds into the gap, makes the catch. Ends the top of the ninth. Cubs lead 10-4. Pirates down to their final 3 outs.
Roberts, limited work, solid work through 9 games and 0.73 ERA. He too spent time on the IL. But, funky injury. He cut his hand. The vent cover fell on him when he was working out.
Ethan Roberts sees Connor Griffin. Starts things off at the bottom of the 9th. Griffin right field towards the line. Seiya Suzuki tries to reach over and he can't make the catch. Seiya's had an eventful day. Crashed into the wall early in the game. They made a catch against the wall earlier than that one being greeted with the Sheets sidewall. Do you know what Sheets is?
I don't.
It's like a grocery store. You ever been to Buc-ee's?
Oh, I thought you were asking me because you didn't know. You were asking me because you did know.
No, I was asking you.
No, yeah, no, it's like I know Buc-ee's.
Yeah, it's like a Buc-ee's, like a Wawa.
Mm-hmm.
So it's essentially
that's a Pittsburgh thing.
It's a central Pennsylvania thing and an eastern Ohio thing. It's essentially, guys, it's a convenience store, and they serve what they brand as really good hot food.
I'm in.
At the second, Nico to first. One away. I would say that the Midwest comparison is like a Casey's, which is you get good breakfast pizza, taco pizza. Sheets' thing is their meatball sandwich. Very good.
Check it out.
Although I've never met
pierogies.
I don't know if they have pierogies. I've never met a meatball sandwich I didn't like, so I guess I'm not the judge if it's good or not. Marcell Ozuna had a hit in the 7th. Line foul out of play. You were talking about earlier the Pirates' offensive improvements from 2025 to 2026. During the offseason, it was a big emphasis to add to their offense with Brandon Lau. Well, a big part of that was signing Marcell Ozuna. And while the offense has improved, he's struggled. Scott shallow center. Throw Armstrong. 2 outs.
Yeah, it's been a rough go for the veteran, and we've heard the Boo Birds out here the first 2 games of this series. Striking out a bunch 30% of the time.
So the Pirates down to their final out.
For whatever reason, the Cubs have had a hard time throwing strikes to Endy Rodriguez here tonight. He's been up 3 times. He's walked 3 times.
Takes a strike there. 10-4, Cubs lead, bottom 9, 2 outs. Inside, ball 1. Was talking with Ethan Roberts yesterday. Said this is the best that he's felt during a stretch in the big league. Said I had a nice stretch in 2024, but I was throwing 90 to 91. Now I'm throwing 93 to 94, and really makes all the difference.
He's not a big guy, 5'10", $180, but you see he really uses that lower body.
Foul left side out of play. And just like that, Pirates not only down to their final out, they're also down to their final strike. Cubs fans up. Nice collection of blue down the first base line. Three-two. And it's a 4-walk day for Endy Rodriguez.
What is going on with Endy?
Esmeralyn Valdez. Takes a strike. Rounder to short. Dansby bobbles, fires to first. Cubs win. The skid has been snapped. Cubs get the W here in Pittsburgh. Exhale, Cubs fans.
Yes.
Final score, Cubs 10, Pirates 4.
Our long national nightmare is over. The Cubs pick up a W in convincing fashion, but now without a little bobble at the end. Dansby doesn't panic, flings over first and gets his man, and the Cubs feeling really good in that dugout. And this nice 10-4 W here tonight.
For the first time in about 2 weeks, smiles, handshakes for the Cubs as they get their 30th win of the season.
And Happ a big part of it here tonight. He drove in 5. Everybody, pretty much everybody in the lineup contributed to this W here tonight. 4 scoreless from the bullpen. Michael Conforto with a pinch hit home run. Finally, sing the song. Wave the W's.
Fly it. Every single hitter in the Cubs lineup got on base, or every single spot in the order got on base. And some smiles from Craig Counsell. All right, for Jim DeShays, Elise Menaker, and our entire crew, I'm Alex Cohen. Thanks for watching Chicago Cubs baseball here on Marquee Sports Network. Your final score, smile, huzzah. Cubs 10, Pirates 4. Tomorrow in the finale, Colin Ray, Paul Skeens, your scheduled starters. Cubs have an opportunity to split the series with the win. Coverage begins at 4:30 p.m. Central Time. Up next, Cubs postgame live with Cole Wright, Ryan Sweeney. Cole, take it away.